Anyway, the MSNBC finally cooked. It is spawning many memes. End of an era? Nah, not really. It's just called MS Now. Or a lot of people are pointing out it looks like PMS now. With this little
finally representation for women,
Finally, yeah. They're mad about everything and they don't know why. But first of all, terrible name. It's like they didn't even workshop it. Second of all, what do you think this says? I'll go to Hannah Claire first and then to Luke. What do you think this kind of says about the larger picture of mainstream news? I mean, they're just renaming because they got bought by Skydance. Okay, fine. But part of me believes like they probably could have kept the name. And if you look at the big,
assume they're not keeping the name because it's a legacy they want to leave behind. Yeah. They're intentionally trying to run away.
But the bigger picture, just to add more context and I'll let you run. The bigger picture is also that, really MSNBC is in massive decline, right? They've fired everybody. They've got Rachel Maddow has them over a barrel and is totally pegging them because she has like a $50 million contract. She works like 1 day a week. They're begging her to work more days. She just says no. And she's the only person they have that anyone tunes in for. And they know if she only works 1 day a week, that's not enough to keep the lights on. I mean, I would have thought that the Trump administration would have been able to keep mainstream news afloat, at least for his presidency, but it looks like the end perhaps is nigh. What do you think?
I think that you'll probably see a restructuring. I'm not ready to be like, the walls are closing in, it's all going to fall apart, none of them will exist. Like, obviously, these mega news corporations buy each other and shift around and try to change. But we all know that podcasting, the independence that platforms like Rumble and YouTube give smaller creators is really disruptive to this model. And so you're right, having these big figureheads like Rachel Maddow, who are collecting millions for millions and millions for like kind of not enough work is not helping. They are fighting for viewership that's bleeding not just to their similarly structured competitors, but to everywhere, right? Like there are people who are watching shows like this and other daily streams for their news rather than going to watch Rachel Maddow or the classic anchors. Obviously their name change is interesting, mostly because I think it's like my personal thought is the way that a lot of shows use the term cast or like whatever in podcasting. The now is the equivalent to like live, the current. They're trying to again move to this like internet based. I'm going live. I'm streaming to you live. Typically, a lot of the news is live, right? I mean, I used to think it was. So why would you need to emphasize now? I don't know that Rachel Maddow is shaking in her boots. I think she's still
she doesn't care.
Her. She doesn't care at all. But any kind of rebrand is bad for your customers. So if you're dependent on boomers and you have now changed your name, I don't know, man. I feel like they're risking their clientele.
I used to watch MSNBC and now I go to the channel and now it's MS Now. I don't know. I gotta cancel your service. Like,
I don't want to watch Mississippi Now, says your grandmother. She's like, what's going on here?
I know. Like I said that now. Like people will that actually will cost them 10 to 15% of their viewership. Yeah. Like people really will have that reaction. They're going to be like, what is this? This isn't what I watch.
Well, most of their viewership is geriatric. It's old, right? They have problems. They have cataracts. They have problems with their eyes, right? They keep being sold big pharma pills nonstop over and over again because that's the only advertisers that actually get a return on their kind of investment here. But MSNBC had so many scandals. They're dealing with massive financial strain, massive layoffs, a huge credibility collapse, plummeting ratings, and now they're rebranding themselves. It's not going to work. It's their dying last fart before they're taken out as the dinosaurs that they are. And it's incredible to see. And it's pretty clear. Listen, we're becoming more of the mainstream media now than they are. It's pretty wild. It's pretty crazy to see our ratings, our viewership just destroy them. They understand it's only going to get worse now. And when everyone thinks MSNBC, they think of insane, deranged leftist lunatics. that clearly are foaming at the mouth and are never Trumpers. This rebranding, I think, is critical for them to try to save face, but it's not going to work. No one's going to forget, and it's a signal in time, because I would argue the mainstream media would have been dead if it wasn't for Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, right? Years ago, SNL would have been canceled too. Like
exactly.
Let me add a marketer's spin to this. The only viewers that really matter are the 25 to 54, 35 to 54. Yeah, the key demo. And when you look at the key demographic of people that are watching even a show that costs $50 million a year, like the Stephen Colbert Show, a show like Timcast IRL probably beats them. Like, the key demo has moved to, yeah, he has only quote unquote 40,000 live, but he has about 250,000 viewers. And that's probably 80% in the key demo, 75% in the key demo. When you look at the key demo that Colbert gets, it's in the hundreds of thousands. I know that, like, based on the ratings or the review ratings, that last ratings I looked at a while ago, it was like a couple 100,000 or something. Like, and Timcast IRL costs basically nothing to put on. If it cost $1 million a year to put on, that would be a high number. And they're also eating the lunch of a lot of these mainstream news channels. Even this show, 100,000 people will watch it by the end of tomorrow, 150,000, most of which will be in the key demo. The thing is, advertisers are shifting. They're like, well, whose viewers are more loyal, right? So somebody who says, Rachel Maddow, or like when Alex Jones tells his people to buy something, they buy it. Yeah. When Tim shills something to buy it, they buy it. If we say, go sign up to be a member on the website, hopefully some people go to thequarter.com/join. But
as an example,
as an example, yeah. We need 10 today. But like, the online space's viewers are more loyal, because there's more trust there. And so people stopped paying money to advertise. I mean, just put it this way. They said Colbert had what cost $50 million and was losing about 20 to 30 million a year over the past couple of years. But that means, like, during the lockdowns, he was making money, which means he had more than, presumably at least $50 million in $1 coming into the show every year. I'm wrong. It costs $100 million to produce. So, wow. And Colbert has like a $30 million salary, and then the other 70 million, who knows? But so presumably during lockdowns, Colbert was bringing in at least $100 million in $1. Ever since then, where did that 50 million go? Well, those people didn't stop advertising, although Pfizer was doing a lot of advertising that propped them up longer. The lockdowns definitely saved a lot of shows too, but like, the money just isn't there. Like, Colbert could have probably stayed on the air if he got paid what any one of us would make in his position, which would be like $3 million a year. True. But he wants 30. So because Colbert makes 30, the next guy makes X. The next guy below him makes Y. You know what I mean? Like, it rolls down. The producers make X. If everybody who ran that show took what any one of us would take to do that for an online show, a producer on some online show might make $100,000 a year, but they're probably making $800,000, $900,000, or $1 million a year to be a producer on Colbert, which probably has 9 producers. Right. This kind of stuff. So it all rolls downhill, and because the costs are so insane that, like, they need this insane ad revenue influx. It's just not there. Like, yeah. Even for us, I talked about very candidly with both of you. Like, boy, this has been the worst summer literally in 10 years for advertising. There's a reason I'm pushing the memberships as aggressively as I am. Like, it's been bad, but I don't pay myself a salary of $10 million a year, $15 million a year. So it's like you tighten your belt and the show goes on.
Right. I think it also had to do with a lot of the privacy changes in Europe and in Australia, where now you have to have an identification to be online. I think that took a lot of people offline as well. Joe Scarborough is actually trying to spin this as some kind of fantastic news.
Really? What?
I sent you the clip here. I sent you the clip. It's in the chat right now.
No longer. We have a clean slate. We're free to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Here's the clip.
And it's Frosted Tips.
Breaking news as it pertains
breaking
to
news.
Network.
Whoa.
This morning, a new name for the network by the end of the year. We will become MS Now, which stands for My Source for News, Opinion, and the World. And look, Andrew, they even have a graphic up. I like it.
There it is.
Actually,
the new logo.
It looks very sporty.
Sporty?
We're going to be moving in this direction, MS Now, which I got to say, I got a call yesterday afternoon, and they said, "We hope you're okay. We're going." I was like, "What do you mean? Like this shows we're independent." And what I've said,
What?
He is struggling to spin, and he's had like 24 hours to work on this.
That's your spin. This shows you're independent. How? You still have a corporation as your boss. It doesn't show. What? Like that's of course people hit him with the BS now, PMS now, MSDNC, DNC now. Like they have
to drop the MS because it's always going to be mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Now it's what the mainstream media is doing now. Like, and
yeah, there she goes again.
Yeah.
We try to tell her not to go speak against the mainstream, but she does it, and then she has to get put on timeout
in the private chat.
Yeah, right. I know. It's not good, folks.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead. What were you saying there? You were saying mainstream media is good, right?
Me? Oh yeah, I love it. It's great. I think the problem is they can't drop MS as initial, so they're always going to be the first punching bag for mainstream media, right? And this spin from him being like, no, it's good because they told me yesterday, and it's fine. Like, there's no justification for this. They know it's going to hurt them. They also know it's not helping anything. They are still MSNBC, just worse. Also, you can't get out there and be like, it's my source. That's what it stands for, and make anyone believe that.
Yeah, nobody's buying that.